127. To be done in a divisible quantity.
식소스, howtostudykorean.com.
Below is a list of vocabularies to be used in this lesson. Nouns.
법,
Means way, method.
행성,
Means planet.
사료,
Means feed, for animals.
중고,
Means second hand, used article.
가지,
Means branch, of a tree.
낙엽,
Means fallen leaves.
맥각,
Means pulse.
항목,
Means heading, clause in a contract.
자두,
Means plumb.
수직,
Means vertical.
수평,
Means horizontal.
계약서,
Means contract.
세탁기,
Means washing machine.
쇠사슬,
Means chain.
건포도,
Means raisin. Verbs.
붓다,
Means to pour.
엉키다,
Means to get tangled.
운반하다,
Means to carry something for a distance.
취득하다,
Means to acquire.
대비하다,
Means to prepare for.
쫓아내다,
Means to kick, chase out.
소장하다,
Means to own, to possess.
출퇴근하다,
Means to commute, to work. Adjectives.
바람직하다,
Means to be desirable, to be the best idea. Adverbs.
골고루,
Means evenly.
유심히,
Means attentively, closely.
번갈아,
Means one at a time, taking turns.
한꺼번에,
Means all at once. Introduction. In this lesson, you will learn how to attach.
식,
To indicate that an object, time or action or something else, will be divided into a specific quantity or regular intervals. Later in the lesson, you will see how
식,
can be applied to the words
조금,
and.
가끔,
Let's get started. To be done in a divisible quantity
씩씩,
is often attached to something that can be divided quantitatively. For example, the following are indications of the number of objects, time periods and actions that can be divided into one thing,
1시간,
1 hour,
한 번,
one time, once,
한 번,
is considered a word by itself, which is why there is no space. Tilde
씩,
can be attached to these types of words that can be divisible like this. For example,
한 개씩, 한 시간씩, 한 번씩,
as in the above examples,
씩,
is commonly attached to a counter which is in turn preceded by a number. This is not always the case, as you will see in examples later, but if you keep this in mind while learning about,
씩,
I think it will be helpful. Tilde
씩,
indicates that the object, time or action will be divided into the quantity specified and then acted on by the predicating verb. Let's break it down. In its most simple example, you can use
씩,
to talk about giving a certain amount of things to people. Let's look at the following sentence.
저는 아이들에게 과자를 줄 거예요.
I will give cookies to the kids. In this simple sentence, there is no indication of how many cookies each kid will receive. By placing
씩,
after an indication of quantity, you can specify how many cookies you will give to each kid. For example,
저는 아이들에게 과자를 한 개씩 줄 거예요.
this sentence indicates that specifically one cookie will be given to each kid. When using
씩,
the translation to English usually includes the word each even though the typically word for each in Korean,
각,
or,
마다,
is not used. Nonetheless, both of the following sentences have the same general meaning, and it is usually more natural in English to include the word each.
저는 아이들에게 과자를 한 개씩 줄 거예요.
I will give one cookie to each kid.
저는 각 아이들에게 과자를 한 개를 줄 거예요.
I will give one cookie to each kid. Another common translation for
씩,
is at a time. For example,
저는 아이들에게 과자를 한 개씩 줄 거예요.
I will give cookies to the kids one at a time. Left double quotation mark.
한 개씩,
Can also be written as.
하나씩.
For example,
저는 아이들에게 과자를 하나씩 줄 거예요.
I will give one cookie to each kid. If you want to indicate that you will give more than one cookie to each kid, you can change the quantity before the counter. For example,
저는 아이들에게 과자를 2개씩 줄 거예요.
I will give 2 cookies to each kid. If you are dividing a type of food or anything that divides in some other way, it is possible to substitute another counter instead of.
개.
For example,
저는 아이들에게 국을 한 그릇씩 줄 거예요.
I will give 1 bowl of soup to each kid.
저는 이들에게 피자를 한 조각씩 줄 거예요.
I will give 1 piece of pizza to each kid.
저는 아이들에게 종이를 한 장씩 줄 거예요.
I will give 1 piece of paper to each kid. Below are many other examples.
저는 자두를 나무에서 하나씩 땄어요.
I plucked the plums from the tree one at a time.
건포도를 애기들에게 몇 개씩 주면 되죠.
How many raisins should I give to the babies?
우리는 모든 행성에 대해 하나씩 배울 거예요.
We will learn about all of the planets one by one.
세탁기가 망가져서 셔츠를 하나씩 빨아야 돼요.
I need to wash my shirts one at a time because the laundry machine is broken.
우리 아빠가 쥐를 집에서 한 마리씩 쫓아냈어요.
Our dad chased the rats out of our house one by one.
그 후보자가 필요한 자격증을 하나씩 취득했어요.
That candidate acquired the certifications he needed one by one.
오래된 나무에서 낙엽과 가지가 하나씩 떨어졌어요.
The leaves and branches fell from the old tree one by one.
쇠사슬이 엉키지 않게 하나씩 분리해서 놓아주세요.
Please separate all the chains and put them down one by one so that they don't tangle.
우리는 서울박물관이 소장하는 그림을 하나씩 복구했어요.
We restored the pictures housed at the Seoul Museum one at a time.
사료를 돼지에게 하나씩 골고루 안 주면 돼지들이 다 싸워요.
If we don't give the feed to the pigs evenly one at a time, the pigs all fight.
계약서에 서명하기 전에 모든 항목을 하나씩 유심히 읽었어요.
Before I signed the contract, I read all of the headings clauses closely.
명단을 잃어버려서 친구 연락처를 하나씩 찾을 수밖에 없어요.
I have no choice but to find my friends' contacts one by one, now that because I lost my contact list.
이 종류의 세탁기는 매우 무거워서 배달을 하러 나갈 때 한 개씩 운반해야 돼요.
This type of washing machine is very heavy, so when you go out to deliver it, you have to transport it one at a time. In all of the above examples, the object of the sentence is the item that is being separated into a divisible quantity. It is also possible to use
식.
to indicate that the subject of a sentence will do an action in divisible quantities. For example,
2명씩 올라가면 됩니다.
2 people at a time can go up.
차 2대씩 들어가세요.
Go in 2 cars at a time.
문이 2개씩 열립니다.
The door is open 2 at a time.
오늘부터 1명씩 개별 면담이 진행될 예정이니 가능한 시간을 알려주세요.
From today, we are scheduled to have one-on-one interviews, so let me know a time that you can do it, a possible time, comma, tilde.
식.
Can also attach to
번.
or other counted actions to indicate that the action occurs in those divisible actions at regular intervals. For example,
저는 한 달에 2번씩 병원에 가야 돼요.
I need to go to the hospital twice in a month. Notice that I included the word regular intervals in the description above. When
식.
is placed on
번.
like this, there is a feeling that the action is reoccurring or repeating at those regular intervals. Therefore, the translation above might be better if it were changed to the following.
저는 한 달에 2번씩 병원에 가야 돼요.
I need to go to the hospital twice a month, every month, or equals I need to go to the hospital twice per month. Below are many more examples.
저는 매주 한 번씩 병원에서 봉사를 해요.
I volunteer once per week, every week, at the hospital.
한국에서는 매년 2번씩 제사를 지내요.
In Korea, people do
제사.
twice a year.
저는 일주일에 한 번씩 여자친구의 집에 가요.
I go to my girlfriend's house once per week.
맥박을 쟀는데 맥박이 1초에 2번씩 뛰어요.
I measured your pulse, and your heart is beating twice per second.
우리는 이런 시련을 한 단계씩 극복할 수 있어요.
We can overcome this difficult time one step stage at a time.
아기들이 처음으로 걷는 법을 배울 때 한 걸음씩 걸어요.
When babies learn how to walk for the first time, they learn one step at a time, full stop, using
식.
with an indication of time, tilde.
식.
can also be attached to an indication of time to indicate that an action will occur for a certain amount of time at regular intervals. The interval that the action occurs that does not need to be stated. For example,
학생들이 30분씩 운동해요.
students exercise for 30 minutes.
학생들이 하루에 30분씩 운동해요.
Students exercise for 30 minutes in a day. Again, I included the word regular intervals in the description above. When
식,
is placed on an indication of time like this, there is a feeling that the action is reoccurring or repeating at those regular time intervals. Therefore, the translation above might be better if it were changed to the following.
학생들이 하루에 30분씩 운동해요.
Students exercise for 30 minutes a day, every day, or
학생들이 하루에 30분씩 운동해요.
students exercise for 30 minutes per day. Let me tell you about an experience I had when creating this type of sentence. When I first learned about
식,
I wanted to create a sentence that said something like the bells rings every hour. My first attempt was to create a sentence like this.
종이 1시간씩 울려요.
However, the sentence above, which could be correct depending on the situation, indicates that the bell rings for an hour, at regular intervals. When you attach
식,
to a time, it indicates that the action is done for that length of time. Therefore, if I wanted to create my sentence of the bells rings every hour, I should say,
종이 1시간에 한 번씩 울려요.
the bell rings every hour. The Korean sentence above would be an acceptable translation to my English sentence. However, it just indicates that the bell rings every hour. I could include more information to indicate for how long the bell rings every hour. For example,
종이 1시간에 1초씩 울려요.
the bell rings for 1 second every hour.
종이 1시간에 1분씩 울려요.
The bell rings for 1 minute every hour. Below are more examples.
저는 영어를 하루에 2시간씩 공부해요.
I study English 2 hours a day, every day.
우리는 번갈아 1시간씩 아기를 돌봐요.
We take turns looking after the baby 1 hour at a time.
단기 다이어트 계획으로 우선 하루에 1시간씩 걸어서 출퇴근할 거예요.
My short-term diet plans are first to walk to and from work for an hour every day.
사무실에서 일하면 1시간에 10분씩 자리에서 일어나서 가벼운 운동을 하는 것이 바람직합니다.
If you work in an office, it is good if you get up and do light exercises for 10 minutes every hour. In all of the examples above, you saw
식,
used in sentences where an object, action or time could be separated into divisible quantities using numbers. Most of the time,
식,
is used it is used after some counted, divisible unit. However, two other words that
식,
is commonly attached to are
조금,
and.
가끔,
Let's talk about these next. Using
식,
with
조금,
and
가끔,
when
식,
is attached to.
조금,
The object being discussed is divided into small divisible pieces. This is commonly translated to a little bit at a time or little by little. For example,
배가 아프니 밥을 조금씩 드세요.
only eat a little bit of rice at a time because your stomach is sore.
돈을 아르바이트로 조금씩 벌 수 있어요.
You can earn money little by little with a part-time job.
엄마가 아이들의 시리얼 그릇에 우유를 조금씩 부었어요.
The mother poured a little bit of milk in the kids' cereal bowls.
한꺼번에 그렇게 많이 사는 것 대신에 조금씩 살 거예요.
Instead of buying a lot at once like that, I am going to buy a little bit at a time.
재해를 대비하여 잘 안 상하는 식품을 조금씩 사기 시작하고 있어요.
To prepare for disaster, little by little I am starting to buy food products that don't go bad easily, comma. It is also common to attach
식,
to
가끔, 가끔.
means sometimes in English. For example,
저는 낮잠을 가끔 자요.
I take naps sometimes. Tilde
식,
is often added to.
가끔.
For example,
저는 낮잠을 가끔씩 자요.
I take naps sometimes. I can't describe any significant difference between
가끔,
and
가끔씩.
because of the use of.
식,
In my head I feel like
가끔씩.
would be used to describe an action that happens in divisible intervals. In essence, it might happen today, then 2 days from now, then 4 days from now. However, in my mind, this is what sometimes, and
가끔,
means to begin with. As such, I am not able to describe any significant difference between
가끔,
and.
가끔씩.
My wife also agrees, and says that the pairs of sentences below are identical to each other.
저는 가끔 옷을 중고로 사요. 저는 가끔씩 옷을 중고로 사요.
Sometimes I buy used clothes.
제가 울다가도 가끔 웃음이 나요. 제가 울다가도 가끔씩 웃음이 나요.
Even when I cry, I'll laugh sometimes.
가끔은 규칙을 어기는 것이 괜찮아요. 가끔씩은 규칙을 어기는 것이 괜찮아요.
Sometimes it is okay to break the rules.
그는 가끔 자기 방어로 거짓말을 해요. 그는 가끔씩 자기 방어로 거짓말을 해요.
He lies sometimes to defend himself.
사람은 가끔 새로운 것을 시도해야 하는 것 같다. 사람은 가끔씩 새로운 것을 시도해야 하는 것 같다.
It seems that people need to try new things every once and a while.
인생에서는 직진뿐만 아니라 가끔은 돌아가는 것도 필요해요. 인생에서는 직진뿐만 아니라 가끔씩은 돌아가는 것도 필요해요.
In life, people need to return to things sometimes too, not just go straight. That's it for this lesson. For more info, please visit howtostudiokorean.com.